just before we start, I want you to just listen to this projected starting lineup, man. Like, got Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris is coming back, Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons, Nick Claxton. I mean,
Hmm,
this team right here,
that's a
my
nice lineup.
yeah, I just thought about something with this lineup though.
Mm.
You'll have two players. If I need to foul, I'll foul them. And Ben Simmons
Uh-oh.
and Nick Claxton. I mean, I'm interested to see how they dial this up. Because technically, you have two dunkers.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. That's the only thing. The floor won't be as spaced. But Ben is best with the ball in his hands. You know? You're not going to have him just off standing in the corner. You ideally probably want him in the dunker spot, but you have Nick Claxton already there. He can't go to the corner. What are you going to do? I mean, they also have some other reserves. They got Seth Curry, Patty Mills. They got Royce O'Neal, which I think is a great pickup. Cam Thomas, TJ Warren. I mean, this roster is like legit. They got depth. It's just about how do you plan to stagger these players.
Yeah.
I mean, of course you don't start Kyrie. You're gonna start KD. You're gonna start Joe Harris. I mean, you gotta have a center. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how we'll play this lineup, man. I have no clue. But defensively, you get a boost with Ben Simmons in the lineup for sure.
Yeah.
That'll help make up for the backcourt defense. And Ben Simmons can guard whoever. So
Yeah.
that's one positive. It's just I'm not sure how it worked out.
Hmm.
Unless it's probably just gonna be a whole lot of ISO. A lot of ISO.
Yeah. Pretty ISO heavy in Brooklyn. I agree with that.
That's the only way I can think of. There's no other way to just can't think of anything.
Mm, I think. I think for me, you see Ben Simmons in there as the four, as like he's gonna kind of clog it up because he can't shoot. I think he's the X factor because if I throw him in, and if you go with this projected lineup, right? Yeah, he's technically the four, but Ben is gonna be able to get the ball in transition, right? He's gonna get the ball off the glass, off the rebound. He can take the ball up the court himself. He'll get them easy transitional buckets, easy open shots for KD, Kyrie, Joe Harris, the shooters. That's gonna be good in transition. And then the half court, yeah, you don't get as much spacing, but imagine a pick and roll, Kyrie. You got KD, that's a pick and roll. You got Kyrie and Ben, that's a pick and roll. And even if Ben isn't like rolling to the basket, he's a playmaker, so he's gonna be able to see the floor and help get. If it's him and KD in a pick and roll, that's a double-edged sword because KD is gonna easily rise up for a jumper, or if you leave Ben Simmons open or he's at the rim, lob it up. Even if he don't get to the rim completely with Ben, and he gets a little drop off pass, kind of like mid post or mid range. He's smart enough to be able to find either another shooter on the opposite side, Joe Harris, or easily get, draw the defense in because he's attacking. Nick Claxton gets an easy drop off dunk. So I think that, yeah, at times it can be a bit of a spacing issue, but at the same time, there's a lot of potential for his playmaking. And now that he has two weapons like Kyrie and KD to just feed the ball to, he's in a pretty good situation. Otherwise, like he was feeding it to Joel on the block, pick and rolls with some other guys, but now he's playing with two other offensive super weapons, basically. And I think that he has a lot more that he can bring to this team than his situation in Philly. But I agree with you. Like, at times it's gonna be like, all right, then if he hasn't improved his shooting at much, and I'm not expecting him to be shooting it, but if he hasn't improved the shooting at all, it's not gonna be the end of the world for them. He'll suck at times, but it won't be the end.
You made a very good point. You had me thinking about this a little differently. I think if they play ISO heavy, that'll kind of go against them. You think about it. Because I don't have to worry about certain players. I can just focus on you. So the best way to count that is like what you were saying, the pick and rolls will definitely help. The more involved they are. As long as you can probably have one of them involved in pick and roll, you have more space in that point. You have more opportunities to score that way. Say, for example, pick and roll with Kyrie and Nick, for example. Right? Joe spacing it out. KD's spacing it out. Simmons could be in the far, but he can like cut if he wants to. If they drop.
Yeah.
Just cut. I mean, like, there's different ways to handle it. But go back to what we said earlier in our earlier session. Is Steve Nash gonna be able to dial it up? Are the players gonna actually listen to you?
Yeah.
Are they willing to listen to your
the big
schemes?
factors, yeah.
Is Steve Nash capable of, like, he's a smart player, but he hasn't proven himself to be the best coach. I mean, can he do that? Can he put the players in the best position to be successful? Because off talent alone, this team is definitely making the playoffs.
Some backdoor cuts. It can be special. I feel like they have the right kind of. I want to say that he won Summer League MVP, so he's a legit scorer that can also do some damage. I think they have a pretty decent squad. Patty Mills, another great shooter, playmaker. Just overall smart guys. Like we said earlier, the leadership, is it going to be where it needs to be, and will the players buy into it?